So coming back to India, now that we've had a perspective from how it works in Canada, and it's a welcome change. It's a welcome thing to hear that systems as orthodox as the legal firms are accepting it, which takes away a lot of scope for corruption, and it solves a lot of problems. And we would want to have a comment from Mr. Rishi Rayas of how will it affect the Indian economy, how will it affect the Indian legal system if we go paperless here, and we would want to have your arguments on it.
So first of all, going paperless as far as the Indian legal infrastructure is concerned, that is a big challenge in itself. The government has started taking certain initiatives around it, but we need to understand that there are millions and millions of cases that are still pending in our courts. Also, if we look at the legal structure of India, right, we have the Supreme Court, High Court, the sessional courts. We go down to the panchayats, right? It becomes very difficult, and it's not practically possible to go paperless via that route. I'm not sure if that is one of those things that can be accomplished in the next 10-15 years. But that is going to be a huge challenge as far as, these are infrastructural challenges. We are a big country, right? We have 1.3 billion people in this country. And I think I've lost count of how many pending court cases we have. Even if we are able to translate those court cases into, the paperless format, that would be a big task in itself. But I've seen, there are certain legal firms that are taking these initiatives towards converting all their physical assets into digital assets, and they have these specific digital asset management tools around that. But that's very limited to the metropolitan cities and a handful of big shot corporate lawyers, but not more than that. Regarding the new tech, I'll talk about the legal perspective from the technology side. We've been talking about the blockchain and its implications. That is one of those things that is going to have a huge impact as far as the legal infrastructure is concerned.
So if, now that you're the CTO of Dignitas Digital, if I was to ask you that if you were given the responsibility of transferring the entire pending cases system to an IT and a paperless format, what would be your rough roadmap? What would be your rough business solution to it? I know it's a difficult question to ask.
Reaching for a politician.
No, it doesn't really take a politician, it takes a revolutionary to make those changes. So what would be your first steps?
First of all, I would like to distribute everything.
Okay.
Right? This is not something that can happen at a centralized place.
Absolutely.
That's what I say too. Delegate.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. We distribute these things across because this legal system goes penetrates down to the village level.
Mm-hmm.
Now, IT, it is very difficult for IT to penetrate down that level. But yes, with Jio and certain companies, now they're able to have reach into the rural India part. We can create certain applications which scan these scans this paperwork and just uploads it to a centralized place. But the whole process has to be decentralized, and it has to be an initiative taken by the government. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it is possible.
Everything is possible.
Right.
Everything is this has to happen. It's just a matter of when it happens. It is going to take a long time. Regarding the panchayat system that I mentioned, that is going to be the challenge with which these people have to solve. If there are so many startups in India, why can't they solve this problem?
And if you look at this historically, the core problem of moving from any like the paper medium to an electronic medium, it goes back all the way till emails. There were letters and documents being sent via mail, paper mail. People used to write stuff. I think electronic mail was a very trivial start to the paperless revolution, if you want to call it that. And now from that we moved on to we don't buy tickets paper tickets anymore. Most of the tickets are electronics. Our boarding passes are electronic. So the paperless phenomenon is bound to penetrate into different industries, different domains. I think it's just a matter of when and not if.
Again, there's one point that I'd like to add here. It has to be a mix of bottom up as well as top down approach, because people at the absolute top, the judges, you have to understand, these guys are 50, 55, 60-year-old people. They don't love technology. They absolutely hate technology. They are used to the paperwork, going through these cumbersome files. So this initiative has to, have both these approaches in the roadmap.
And I think this podcast was really great for Rishi because he's a lawyer in the making and he is a CTO of a company. So that's why we have some good points.
So I have a question for you, Mr. Dhaval. The question is that can you give me an argument on the kind of economy this paperless concept will lead to? Can the economy benefit from it? Now that we are spending so much on a piece of paper, you multiply that with a big number. Do you think that it will have a dent on the economy?
Well, I will take, Rishi is really excited to answer this question. I'll give it to him, but, I'll give a couple of thoughts first.
Mm-hmm.
So, the expense of paper, so I don't have any research papers on how much money is spent on papers.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sure it's a significant amount, and, the money that we would save on ink and the money that we would save on paper would be significant. There was a recent, I'm not forgetting the name, but there was like a student who proposed that even if we change the font of the letter E, in the documents that are being produced by the US government, we would save millions of dollars in printing ink and toner. So, obviously there will be a positive impact. And, I think, there are a lot of advantages of the paperless society anyway. For documents, the searchability improves, the documents can be backed up somewhere, if you think about problems in India, if you lose a piece of paper, if you lose the paper for your house, you actually, the legal system does not allow you to actually claim your authority or ownership of that house. So these are very old systems that eventually need to be replaced by more dependable and more paperless solutions.
I'd just like to add one instance to that. If you've ever been to a lawyer's place, let's talk about a B-grade lawyer, handling criminal cases. So there you would find a suite of different pen sets that they have. Now that pen sets are primarily meant to add content to that piece of paper, right? So so the biggest positive thing that we can take out from this that you cannot amend that piece of paper, which currently happens. You can add zeros, you can take out zeros from your legal paperwork, as well as at this point in time, any instrument that is not in its original form is not. You cannot submit that to court. Now that problem is completely taken out of the picture. And so these are the 2 points that I'd like to add.